Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Playing Your Cards Right. We're live here in the good old Playing Your Cards Right HQ studio / office. As always, I'm your host, Matthew, with my awesome co-host,
Dr. Sam Williams.
So today's episode is a little departure from our past few. We're hitting a little more in the sports, and a few show updates. But I think before we get too far into today's episode, little Sammy over there has some updates on some true crime stuff. Because, it's in the show title. We got to add a little bit.
Absolutely. And it wouldn't be me if we didn't. So I was scrolling through the lovely Facebook and came across an update that hits kind of close to home for me and probably some of our listeners, especially if they know me, and worked where I used to work. But Gypsy Rose Blanchard, if you've watched the Hulu series called The Act, that is the story of Gypsy Rose and her mother, who had probably the worst case of Munchausen's by proxy. If you don't know what that is, go look it up, but the bottom line is basically making your child sick to get attention for yourself, to the point where Gypsy could have died and all of these things. Long story short, Gypsy snuck online, met a boy, plotted to kill her mother, killed mom, tried to run, was captured, in jail. So she got a 10-year sentence, which, throws people up in arms, because 10 years for killing your mom, well, I look at the whole background, but that's neither here nor there. But the update for you all is on the 21st of this month, so July, we're still in July barely, she got married to a guy named Ryan Scott Anderson. So that's a new plot in her story, and it'll be interesting to see how her life plays out once she is released. And she is eligible for parole December of next year. So it'll be interesting to see how she does in the real world, since she's never been in the real world. Not really, anyway. So that's our true crime update. We'll see. We'll see. I have seen pictures of this man, and a couple of friends and I have discussed, and he kind of looks a little creepy to us. We get a weird feel. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out in her future.
I gotta take a look at this guy. Yeah, he looks like a sap.
He's
a simp, a sap.
Well, he looks like yeah. And for all we know, maybe she's a great girl and has overcome all of her traumas that her mom imposed upon her. Because it went as far as saying as like cancer, these deathly illnesses and things like that. She couldn't go places without a wheelchair. I mean, she's got extensive trauma. So I don't know. We'll see how they all play out together, and I know I will be keeping an eye on it in the upcoming years, especially if she's up for release, potentially on parole next year.
Should be interesting.
I agree. So we'll keep you updated as I learn more.
Our third co-host decided to make an appearance, and I'm pretty sure he just farted. Thanks, Rocky. Thanks, big boy.
And we can't really edit that out because I was talking.
Yeah. Oh well. He got show jitter vibes or something.
Yeah. He's been snoozing all day though.
Is that a snooze fart, I guess?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's okay. So the other part of the show update. So not our next episode, but here in maybe 2-3 episodes, maybe, depending on how many we decide to do between now and then, we will be having our first co-host visit.
Yes, and I'm excited about this one for a few reasons. One, he's one of your good friends and
Yep.
has become a friend of mine through you, obviously. But he has interesting story, I think, to share with us.
Yep.
And some insight into things like adoption and foster care from the parent perspective, which I think is important for everybody. I mean, it's no secret that, I have a heart for that. I was a licensed foster parent for a few years and did have some children in my home off and on. Nothing long term or anything like that, but so I'm excited to have him on there to talk about, him and his family and what they've gone through to get to where they are today.
And it'd be interesting to hear. I mean, yeah, that was the premise of the episode, is about foster care and adopting, the struggles he's dealt with that, struggles you do deal with that as far as the parent part of the relationship, the struggle it placed on his marriage. That's his story to tell. I'm not going to go into that.
Definitely looking at taking off the rose-colored glasses for sure. Because I think society sees one thing, but then that's not reality. They want to see all the good things that come out of it, but it's a long and treacherous journey for some.
And kind of what brought about the episode in my mind was, no matter where you land on your thoughts or beliefs on the whole entire Supreme Court ruling on Roe versus Wade, no matter where you stand on the political aisle, I'm not going to get into that, but I mean, you have to see without a shadow of a doubt that there's a huge, huge, huge issue within the foster care system and or adopting, and it's something that needs to be talked about. So
Absolutely.
kind of what brought about that idea. So he's going to be one of our I think more often guests that we have on, probably more than others, just because he's right in our own backyard, so to speak, so we can have him on a lot. So
Yep.
it'll be good. Everyone can get to know him, so it'll be fun. You get to see the inside of my almost 35 year friendship with the guy. So
That's older than I've been alive.
yeah, she's made fun of me. So yeah, so it'll be good. So, but this episode today is all sports related. So you sports nuts.
And we also, since we did such a heavy topic last time, we wanted something a little more lighthearted, a little more fun and enjoyable. So we decided to do it this way.
And with this one, we can take off the age restriction because we won't be.
This is true.
Because I know I got a few questions about that on the first episode from one of my buddies. He's like, "What kind of podcast is this?"
True crime.
I was like, "Well, I don't know that you want your little ones listening to, a dad taking out his whole entire family. Right? It's kind of not exactly PG-13. It's a little more R-rated.
Yeah.
Whenever we start talking about how things happen,
Mhm.
can not be good.
Yeah.
So, this is definitely the sports half of the podcast. We're also talking about doing, because we're going to eventually do video. It is coming, along with adding our podcast to the bigger platform boys. Talk about doing short mini episode podcasts, little shorts, I think we can call them. Because we have some trips coming up and things, so it might be fun just to do a small little short podcast. Not a full-blown one, but a fun short one. So it's kind of where we're at.
And I like our podcast for today because it involved no effort on my part. I got to be lazy.
There wasn't much effort on my part when I enjoy this stuff. So
This is true, but what I'm saying is I did not have to research for hours to learn about this because I'm going to blind react today.
Yes. So today is all about the City Connect jerseys that Major League Baseball has released so far. So we're talking the ones that they did last year, the ones up into that they've released as of today, which I don't know that there's any more they're releasing this year or not. I have to look into that. But that, and then the NFL has allowed alternate helmets to be used starting this year. So a lot of teams are coming out with alternate helmets, more jerseys, alternate jerseys. So we're going to kind of look at all those things that have come out so far, give you my thoughts. I've seen all these. I've done a little bit of looking. I know about them, some of them, what they represent and what it's for.
And I'm going to give you a blind react and tell you my honest opinion
Now,
at a first glance.
Now, to be fair, you've already known of 2 of the City Connect jerseys.
3.
Now,
I've
3.
known of 3. I've known of the Royals, obviously.
Obviously.
Houston, because, well, you.
Mm-hmm.
And then Colorado.
Yep.
But that's it. I've not seen any others. And I'll still give feedback on the 3 that I've seen, because I think that there are some good things on them and some not so great things with some of them.
So the first one we will start off with is the Rockies City Connect jersey. So I don't know. I'm very much torn on this jersey. I mean, I get why they're doing it. So the City Connect jersey for the Rockies looks exactly like Colorado state license plate, literally.
And that's why I don't like it, because I think for such a beautiful state, their license plate is ugly. I don't like. There's some of the finer details on there. Okay, yeah, I like, but overall, like, I don't like it.
I'm mixed on it. Like, so the finer details I do like, on their right sleeve, it has a little patch like you would almost see, talking about the like a ski resort or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's saying it's like a black diamond or whatever, and it has on there it says rocks on it, and it's kind of a cool little patch. I mean, I like it. And then the purple pinstripes around it, I like. The Rockies logo on the left sleeve, I think it's appropriate. I do like the hat. The hat is kind of cool with the CO and the mountain, and then they have the city of Denver and Colorado colors in it. So that looks amazing to me. I think. I mean, it's simple, but I like it. And then the purple pinstripe goes down the side of the pants or whatever. I feel like Colorado could have done so much better.
Exactly.
I don't know that I like the green. I love the mountains on the top of it. I think that looks amazing.
Too. And that's probably my favorite detail is the mountain outline. But again, I feel like for as beautiful of a state it is and so many things that they have to offer, it could have just been better.
It could have been way better, especially since one of their hoodies says "Welcome to Colorful Colorado," and
right. And all you've got is predominantly green.
Green is just, I don't know.
It's just not for me.
I think they could have done way better than that. Oh man, I like it because it's it's Colorado.
Right.
It's there's no shot of a doubt, but I feel like they could have done so much more with that than what they did. The next one is the Chicago White Sox. So the Chicago White Sox, it's really plain, but I really like it. So it's a take on some of their history dating back to whenever it was like the Negro Leagues, and it kind of pays homage to the rap culture, whatever. And the lettering, it says Southside on it, and then on the cap it has CHI on it, and that same kind of lettering, and it's black with white pinstripes. Really simple.
I like that white pinstripe. I think it gives it a unique look, and I think it is very fitting for what it is. You know, the history behind it, their location. I think they did fairly well with it.
I like it. It's not too much to it, but I like it. It pretty much you know Southside. Okay.
This is one where I would say less is more for them. It is very simple, but it looks good.
There's a lot that they could have played on with with their past logos and whatever. So I'm glad to see they did something like this. It looks good. I like it. So good move, White Sox. This one, the Anaheim Angels. So it's interesting. So being where they are, they're right next to the beaches and stuff like that, and they've kind of made it into a surfer style kind of look with their logo. I mean, it looks really nice. It's nice and clean. It's simple. They kept the cream. I mean, they kind of have the surfer kind of style lettering, whatever, and didn't really change the logo too much. I mean, they made the A a little bit more, kind of like it, but it's simple. But I think it's almost too simple.
I don't know that I like it. I don't know what it is about it. It just. I don't think there's much effort. Maybe it is too simple, and I don't understand why they put their numbers where they did. Like, why are we putting it on our bellies?
It's not really on the belly. It's just a little rib cage, but.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't like it.
I definitely think I was expecting more out of them. I think this was just a really safe move. Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of it being, surfer style or whatever. I mean, I think that kind of plays into that area for sure. I just think it's too simple. And I don't think there's really much in the way of logo. I mean, they have a patch on the right sleeve, which I know is pretty much the A. There's not really much to it. So I think they played it way too safe. Great idea behind the surf idea, but I think it's way too safe.
Yeah.
They didn't really go too much out of it.
It's a no for me.
Alright, the next one we have is Boston.
Oh, I like the colors.
Which Boston's I really, really, really like. Just because it is, it's Boston. I mean, it's basically after their city flag. It's yellow and blue. On the left sleeve, it has the area code with the city of Boston flag in it.
And it's beautiful colors. Like, that's what catches my attention on this one. It looks very simple like the other ones, but I think the colors work in their favor for that.
And then their hats to go with it look really nice too. It's really simple. It's just the Boston B in blue.
Oh, yes.
With the yellow outline. I just like it. It's simple. It's clean. The way they word the font of Boston, I really like. It just works.
I don't have anything against it at all. I would buy it if I were a Boston fan.
Which we need to go to Fenway.
Well, yes,
we
of
really
course.
do. But I don't know. I really like it.
It's on the list of places to go.
I definitely like it. It's definitely it works for them. I really do like it. So good move. Good move, Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's good. Next up is the Nationals. So I really like this jersey a lot. So theirs just basically says WSH in white and pink, and it has a little cherry blossom next to it.
That's what that is.
Inside,
from here it looks like the Seven Dwarfs, and I'm like, I know that's not right.
And their hat just has a W and the cherry blossom.
Yes.
Inside, it's kind of hard to see it in this picture, but inside this is cherry blossoms melt into the gray.
Okay, now I like that, yes.
It's simple. I mean,
but
everyone...
It's got detail.
It's got detail. That's what everyone goes to DC for, is to see the cherry blossoms. It makes sense. I like it. It's simple.
Yeah.
The colors make sense because of the cherry blossom. I actually kind of like it.
I would agree. Knowing that I can't see that detail. One, it's really far away, but two, it's not blown up. But knowing that detail is in there, and you're not overwhelmed with it, I think is great.
Plus, you know who it is. You know, I don't have to sit and be like, who the hell's that?
Right.
I know it's Washington. It makes sense. It fits. So it's a good move, Washington. Even though I think they could have even done more. But I think this is definitely one of those moves of don't do too much. Keep it simple. So I really like that. So good move, Washington. Next is the Giants, and I'm just not a fan at all.
I would not have guessed that's the Giants.
So Giants kept their orange and white, which I love the orange and white. Good color combination, looks good.
Not shocking.
Hey. On the jersey, it has, on the sleeves, it has like the Golden Gate Bridge, which
Okay,
I dig.
like that detail.
But then it just has a big G on it. And the hats are orange and white, so not too much of a drastic takeaway from their normal colors, which are black and orange. So, I mean, I can dig that.
It's very clean.
It's very clean. I just
But
don't.
yeah, the only detail I think I like is that Golden Gate Bridge on the sleeve.
And then in the lower part of the jersey, right above the tag, it says Giants. So, I mean, it's not a bad jersey. I just don't like it. I think it's too simple. I mean, you have a lot of possibilities to play on a lot of different things for the Giants in San Francisco. I mean, they could have done so much. I'm glad to see that they incorporated the Golden Gate Bridge, but
Right.
I feel like it's way too simple. Like, I think they really dropped the ball here. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, the G looks kind of cool, starting with a solid orange and then going to white a little bit.
Ombre look of it, yeah.
I mean, it looks kind of cool. I don't know. I just feel like it's way too simple. I don't know. It's definitely not one of my favorites. I don't know.
No.
I think they played it way too safe. There's a lot they could have done there. Next up is the Cubbies. And I actually really like this jersey. Really like it. Because it's plain, it's simple. And this is the crazy thing. Sometimes simplistic really works.
Mm-hmm.
Other times it doesn't. Chicago's, I really dig. Because of the Cubs. Because on the front of it, it says Wrigleyville, which you know, that's the
Yeah.
Cubbies. Their hat, they have a C with a star in it, so it's like the city of Chicago. Their flag looks awesome. On their left sleeve patch, it says Chicago Cubs, and it has a Y and the stars, kind of like their city flag. It works, and the blues, the two tones of blues, it just works.
I agree. I like that they put Wrigleyville on there to tie it into their history.
It's simple and it just works.
Very clean, also.
I think that's what it is. I mean, some jerseys, the simplicity works. Some of it, it's like I'm dying for more.
I think it all depends on what else they have going on with it, you know. And I think the colors that they chose work for the simple look.
And they kept it blue, which is nice. I really like it. And having been to Wrigley this last March, we're going to a business trip in Chicago. First time I ever been to Wrigley Field. Freaking awesome. Now, granted, the Ivy was not alive in March, but use your imagination. It was really cool to learn about the history of the ballpark and how it became Wrigley Field and all that. And here's a little instant trivia side note bonus information for everybody. So, whenever you go to Wrigley Field, you notice that the stands are green, the wall is painted green, everything's green. Where you go to some of these other stadiums like Toronto, whatever, the wall's blue. It's everything, and you have to have the batter's eye has to be blocked off in some color, whatever, that they can be able to see the ball and there's not any distractions, whatever. And so it's kind of weird. It's like, no, the Cubs colors are blue, not green. Like, what the heck's going on there? So the tour guide explained that the reason why they did that is that used to be a park back in the day, before it was a baseball stadium, whatever. And the owners wanted Wrigley, and that is the same Wrigley that the Gum, that family, they wanted to keep the park feel, so that's why they didn't paint everything blue. And because whenever you're in a big city like that, especially downtown, whatever, a lot of concrete, whatever, they wanted to keep the green park feel. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Smart move. So way to go, Cubs. I like it. Another simplistic move. I have multiple feelings on this next one. Multiple. And I'm not a fan. I can't. And it's not because I'm not a huge fan of the Royals. It's just...
I know.
I
am disappointed in it. There are some things I like, but most of it is boring. Like, come on.
They could have done so much with this.
Absolutely they could have.
I don't really understand. I mean, it looks like in the back of the sleeve, or the back of the neckline, it says, hey, 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 hey. So, I don't know what the heck that's about.
Yeah, I got nothing for you.
It says, now the one cool thing I do like on this uniform, down above the patch, by MLB, whatever, it kind of looks like it has, like, the, I'm guessing that's downtown Kansas City or some fountains or something like that. That looks kind of cool.
Well, there are the fountains in Kansas City that are fairly well known.
Yeah.
So that would make sense to me.
And I think that was, if I remember right, I think that's what this... So, on the front of it, on the left chest, it has KC. And
which I do like that
the crown.
part. I like that part.
I don't know. I don't know if the KC was supposed to be the waterfalls or what. I mean, the color, I don't know that I dig the dark blue. Like, I don't even know if that... I mean, that's a weird blue. That's not their normal blue. Now, on the sleeve, it has their normal royal blue on it, but this dark blue, I don't know.
I love the team. They are my number one, but I think they could have done better.
The R on the right sleeve with a crown above it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which that makes sense to me too. I mean, that's what they were. I mean,
I don't know. I think you have so many different things in Kansas City that you could have played off. I mean, barbecue, you could have done something with that. Everyone knows Casey has good barbecue. I mean, I don't know how you would have tied that into a uniform or whatever. I mean, the history whenever they have won, the players that they have had. I mean, there's some stuff they could have done. I just feel like this is another one of those. They went too simplistic and it just doesn't work.
yep.
And I don't know many Kansas City Royals fans that are happy with this look either. I think it's kind of one of those, we kind of screwed the pooch.
I'd probably get one just to get a shirt, but not because I love it.
It's definitely not a favorite of mine, that's for sure. Next one, it's weird. So it's the Brewers.
Okay.
And they're very light blue, and it says Brew Crew in yellow, which I like, because, I mean, that's what they're known as.
I feel like it's got a retro feel to it.
It's very retro feel. Kind of has like this barbecue baseball thing on their right sleeve. It's kind of weird. And then their hat, it says MKE, and it has the slides where the mascot goes down the slides whenever they hit a home run. He goes down. So that looks kind of cool. And I think that's what this is supposed to be. It's a yellow slide. So I get it. They're known as the Brew Crew. It's one of their nicknames.
I'm just not loving the retro feel.
It's definitely different.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the worst.
No, for sure.
I like it. It's simple, but it's not one of my tops. That's for sure.
No. I'm gonna say it's a no from me.
It works, but just not a huge fan of it. The next one.
Ooh, I like those colors.
Is San Diego Padres, and I really dig this.
Yes.
This
might be my favorite so far.
The teal. They kind of have this weird, kind of like Baywatch lettering going on, and it kind of has this red, teal, green color or whatever. Their hats still has the SD on it like normal, kind of in red.
But those colors really bring it out.
One sleeve is red, one sleeve is the teal green. They have their little logo, the Friar with the baseball bat, kind of in red, and the end of the sleeve is yellow. Numbers are red with a white background. I dig it.
I like it. It's probably my favorite so far.
I mean, it just works. And then the back of it, looks good
It
too.
almost has a 90s feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like something you would see on Saved by the Bell, maybe?
Yeah.
Like that color scheme idea. I like it, though.
I like it a lot. I think it's really smooth.
I'd probably buy it, not even being a fan of the team.
It's good stuff. I like it. Way to go, Padres. Good move. Next up, boring. Already don't like it, and it's not because of the team. Even though I can't stand
All
the team.
they did was change it from English to Spanish.
So we're talking about the Dodgers. They did a little more than. So it says Los Dodgers,
Well, I'm not impressed so far.
and normally they do have blue jerseys, but this is like all on blue. Like even their pants are blue.
I don't like it. It's too.
It's boring to me.
Yeah.
The hats say Los Dodgers. The front of the jersey says Los Dodgers. They kept their red letter numbers, and the LA in white on the left sleeve. It's just boring to me. They could have done so much, and I think it was
I don't
boring.
feel like they did any changes, really.
All they did was put Los.
Yeah, I think they could have definitely done better, and I feel sorry for their fans.
Well, their fans are,
I mean, I feel sorry for their fans anyway. However,
you know, it's just, I don't know, it's not good. I don't like it. So, next one is the Miami Marlins. I actually really like this. Like, really like this. Because,
is that a red?
yep,
Like red?
it's a red. And so they're basically paying homage to their more Cuban, Puerto Rican
Okay,
side. So that's why the lettering looks the way it does. They have their Marlin on the left
that
sleeve.
makes sense.
On the right sleeve, they kind of have like the old Havana, Cuba kind of. It says Miami Marlins, and it has like a little round thing on it. I like it. It's simple, but
I like the white pinstripe again, but I like a pinstripe jersey. That I think that they are very classic.
I just like the lettering. I don't know. The whole entire thing, it's definitely different. You don't expect Marlins to be wearing red, so it's kind of nice. I kind of like it. Simple, but seems to work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely not against it. The next one, I think it's kind of cool. It's simple, but I like it. And it's the Arizona Diamondbacks. So theirs says that they are the Serpentines,
Okay, why
Because-
does it say that?
the Spanish heritage
Okay,
of Arizona. So I get it. The S in the Serpentines is a snake.
oh, I do see that. No,
So that's
thank
cool.
you.
The they have their A on the left sleeve, and then I believe they have another patch or something. I like the colors. I like the cream. It works. It's simple, but
Yeah, it's okay. It's not my favorite.
I mean, if you could pull off a cream uniform, that's kind of impressive. It's not bad. So, I've seen worse. I mean, obviously the Dodgers. I would definitely rate this above the Dodgers.
Oh, absolutely.
So here was another view of the Royals with their hat. Even the hat,
That's
I
my
forgot.
buddy Perez.
Even the hat looks kind of
Yeah.
dumb. Oh, okay. Here was it's the state flag of Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So, and then whatever above the MLB patch, they have some weird Diamondback thing looking. So I like it. Not bad. Good job, Arizona. Next is my team. Good old Stros. And
Listen, I will say that I do like theirs a lot.
there's a lot.
I hate to say it because I don't like your team. But I like all of the intricate details that they included on this one.
It's pretty.
It looks simple, but when you get down into the details, there's a lot there.
So, the Astros, with their past history of the rainbow uniforms that they got so much crap for back in the day, they kind of played on that. Kept that color scheme, but they did it in a very awesome way. Orange is already one of their mainstay colors, so it works. But what they did was they took the NASA lettering, and on the front it says Space City, which they are.
Yeah.
Makes sense. One of the kind of weird things of the uniforms back in the late 70s, early 80s, those rainbow uniforms, they had their number on the front of the pants. And so they took that, put that there, again with the NASA lettering, kind of kept that rainbow coloring. Looks really cool. They kept their H and the star, but they put a little like orbiting
Atom or something.
planet or whatever around it. Put that nice little rainbow touch to it.
And it goes well. Like, it doesn't look like they just designed it to design it. Like, it looks like...
And even the socks kept that rainbow touch, and it looks really nice.
I wouldn't mind a pair of the socks. You want to buy them for me?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
If I play my cards right?
Maybe if you play your cards right, we'll have to see. On their left sleeve patch is kind of like a mission patch, kind of like what the astronauts would wear. It says Space City, Houston, Texas, and has kind of like the state of Texas flag, but it's really an Astros flag with blue on the end, white on top, and orange on bottom with the H and the star and the blue. And then surrounding the patch is the 4 different area codes of Houston, which looks really nice. On the sleeves, which I think are really awesome, they kind of have this little checkered pattern to it, which is actually supposed to be like a star map, which is just way out there, way different. And
again, like I was saying, there's a lot of little bitty details on here, but it looks good.
And then above their patch, MLB patch, down towards the bottom of the uniform, it has this little patch that has a picture of the Apollo mission, and basically says Houston, the Eagle has landed. And just clean, looks good. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they could have maybe done more, but
I hate to say it because I don't like them, but it looks good.
I think they could have maybe done a little more, been a little different. But
I don't think so. I think it's just the right amount.
Because I mean, I've heard some people say, they could have mixed it up a little more, done something a little different. But I don't know. I just really like it. It looks good. Looks nice and clean. So I think that was the last one that we had for MLB. I think that is all the ones that have come out so far. I don't think that there's any more being released this year, because I think they do it all towards the front of the year, and then that's it. I'm pretty sure, because they kind of only release so many at a certain amount of time. So let's see, we got looks like this year we have the Diamondbacks, Red Sox, Cubs, White Sox, Dodgers, Marlins, Giants, and then the ones that we covered. So there's only 14 of them to speak as of right now. So there is that. So now we'll transition over to the NFL. And there's a lot of different things happening with jerseys and etc. this year with the NFL. So first we will go with I almost can't even say this, but I can now because a certain member doesn't play for that team anymore.
This is true.
So it's okay. So we're talking about the Patriots. So the Patriots, I like what they've done. Instead of just changing and going with an alternate helmet, because that's one of the things like I was saying earlier. This year, the NFL is allowing them to do alternate helmets. Well, they've gone throwback unis, full on.
You're gonna have to make those much bigger.
So they have decided to go bring back Patriot Pat.
Okay.
And bring back the jersey with that. So the red, white, and the blue.
Mm-hmm.
It's clean. I like it. It's a nice throwback.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
throwback, yeah.
It's good. I like it. I feel like they could have maybe mixed it up, changed it up, but why? They had a good logo with a throwback helmet with Patriot Pat. I mean,
Yeah, I think the one that throwback was good.
it looks good. Next is the Bengals. The Bengals have decided that they're definitely doing a alternate helmet to go along with the jersey that they already had, but I really like it. It's simple, but I think it looks really good. So they've gone with a white Bengal helmet.
I'm going to make that bigger for me. Thank you.
They've gone with a white Bengal helmet to go with their white jersey.
I do like that.
And normally the helmets are orange with the black stripes, but now the helmet is white with the black stripe. It's
very clean.
It's good. It looks kind of cool. And I think they're calling it the white Bengal look. So I like it. It's definitely nice. I mean, I think they could have done some more, but why?
But it's good.
That's what the Bengals are known for. They're known for that look.
Oh, no.
The next one, yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of those cowgirls.
Cowgirls?
Yeah, cowgirls, yeah. So apparently this is just one game I think they're bringing it back for.
Okay.
For one game. Thanksgiving game. So they always do some weird stuff for the Thanksgiving game, bring back throwbacks.
Yeah.
It's just the helmet.
So boring.
It's a classic, but
it's boring.
But it's kind of boring. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not... There's not really much to it. I mean, there's not really too much to their logo as it is.
I mean, that's true. They're not, I mean...
The jersey in itself, I mean, when you combine... if they're doing that jersey... we're watching the video here. If they're doing that jersey with the stars on the shoulder pads on top, and... I mean, it looks nice. But...
It's a no from me.
It's just not... I'm just not a huge fan of it. I mean, it's okay. The Falcons. The Falcons are bringing back red throwback helmets with their jerseys for one game. So, I kind of dig it.
Okay, yeah, I like those. Especially if it's going with that jersey.
I think it is. I think this combination is what they're going with. The nice
That'd
red,
be really good.
red and black with black jerseys, white pants with a red stripe. But it's kind of cool because, you know, it takes away from their normal black.
Yeah, I like that.
Helmet, but I like the red helmet. It works. It's kind of cool. The Giants. The Giants are bringing back their 80s, 90s jerseys for 2 games this season. And I actually really like it. It's, you know what it is.
It makes me think of when I was younger.
I mean, it's just clean. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good throwback. They definitely, it's nice seeing them bring that out.
Can you make that go away?
No, sure can't. No. It's part of the, there we go. So, the Texans. So, I actually really like this. They're going to wear it one game, it looks like, but sounds like they might maybe wear it more. They took their blue helmet and made it red.
Okay, you were talking to me about this one, and I didn't know if I would like it, but I do.
I actually kind of really like it. I mean, maybe if they went with a little different color red because it kind of goes into their logo a little bit, but I like it. It works. I didn't really know how I was going to feel about that. Now, the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals, have gone with a nice black helmet with the red cardinal. It makes the Cardinals stand out.
It does. And there's not a lot to it except for that pop of color with the feathers of the bird and the beak.
And then the eyeball. I like it.
I think they did well with that one.
Definitely a lot. I mean, their normal color is white helmet with that on there, but I like the black. It looks really sweet. I think they did a good job with that. I know there's been a lot of teams that have gone black. I know the next team, they've gone black. They're doing alternate helmets this year, and it's the Panthers.
Ooh, but see, I like their colors anyway. So
they got They got a nice teal logo with their black helmet and their black uniform. It looks really clean. I really like it. Black is a lot.
Too, but I like their colors anyway, so I like it.
Black seems to be a theme amongst a lot of teams as their alternate, but Some teams it works. This one, it really works. So there's the Panthers. Next one is the Saints, and I've seen this one. I dig it. I think they may have one of the best alternate helmets
I'll be the judge of that.
I've seen. So there's specific games. It's not just going to be like one game or whatever. They're actually going to wear this quite a bit. So it should be really good to see what they do. So here is their helmet. They have put the fleur-de-lis along the top, goes all the way in the back.
Yeah.
They kept the fleur-de-lis on the sides, and now it's black instead of gold. I really like it. It's really clean. Especially,
I don't think I have an opinion on it.
Especially, I think what maybe does it for me is the little fleur-de-lis running across the middle and down the back. It's different.
I don't like it, and I don't not like it. I don't have an opinion on it.
Now, if they wear this with their all black uniform with gold numbers, I think that'll look really sick.
Maybe.
I think it'll look good. The Eagles.
Oh.
Another team that has gone black.
I like it, though.
So, this
I
year...
really like that one.
So this year they're doing the all black helmet with the eagle wings on it. But I also saw, or next year they're bringing back their full-on green uniforms from like the 90s, which will look really cool. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Because this is, I remember that color. It's literally that Kelly green, like the full uniform, the helmet. I think I can't wait till next year to see that one. It'll look good. But I do like the black helmet. It looks nice. The Jets, they're doing an alternate. And
also black.
They're also doing black.
With the pop of the green.
With the pop of the green with the Jets in it. It'll look nice with their black jersey.
Yeah, it will.
I actually really like it. It's simple, but it looks good. Now the Bears. The Bears, I actually really do like. Because it's not just an alternate helmet. It's an alternate full-on jersey.
Okay. Oh, not me.
They got the nice orange helmets, which is a big departure from their normal, with the black C, orange jersey. I don't know. I just like it. It looks good.
I don't.
It's simple but clean.
I don't care for it. It's not my favorite.
And then the Commanders. Yeah. I don't really particularly care for it. It's a black helmet. That's.
I don't like it. I don't like their whole thing there.
Their jersey kind of blows.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Plus, having to get used to calling them Commanders.
I was gonna say, well, when you get a name change, I guess things happen.
So that's the ones that we have so far. I mean, I would love to see the Broncos do one.
Yeah.
Now's the opportunity. Now's the time. Bring back the powder blue and the D on the helmet. That's not my most favorite logo. Their current logo is my favorite logo of
But
they're all.
it's classic.
Well, if you want to go classic, you should go back to their 1960s logos.
Why not?
But I think it'd be kind of cool if you got that powder blue with the current logo on it. That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Way different. But I know a lot of people like that D with a horse in it, so I mean that would look kind of cool. Bring back the whole uniform set though, not just the helmet.
Oh yeah, that was probably my favorite set.
I'm trying to think. As far as like upcoming, I don't know that there's any. I'm sure as closer we get to regular season that there will be more jerseys unveiled and whatever. But I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. I've heard rumors too that all the teams are going to have City Connect jerseys. So that'll be interesting.
Hopefully the Broncos do better than the Rockies then. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I mean, come on.
You would hope. I mean, there's some teams out there that I don't know. Well, and then next year, I don't really know how I feel about this yet. But next year, Major League Baseball is officially allowing ads on uniforms.
Oh.
So there's going to be patches, kind of like NBA, where they have patches for teams that sponsor or whatever.
That sounds gross.
I think it all depends on how they do it. I mean, the NHL put ads on their helmets this last year. The Avalanche had ball on their helmets, and it was all right. It didn't really take away from the jersey or anything like that. So,
I guess.
There is that. I was trying to see if there was going to be who they were announcing who was going to be getting City Connect jerseys next year, but I don't know if they're going to release that now or if they're going to wait. I know they're saying that there's a bunch more to come, but I don't know. I mean, like, what are you going to do to the Yankees? Like, how are you going to change that? If they go away from the pinstripes, they're going to be retarded.
I don't know.
I mean, that's what they're known for, the pinstripes. Unless you go back to, like, super simple New York Yankee logo from, like, Babe Ruth time or something like that. But
well, and they should incorporate stuff like that.
I don't know what they're going to do exactly.
I mean, they've got a long history that they can work with. They better figure it out.
I think the Mets would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think another team that would be interesting to see. I think the Athletics could be interesting.
Yeah.
Just because part of their jersey is, or their not necessarily their jersey, but their logo is like an elephant. So they have a long history they could play on. The Rangers could be interesting. Because there's, I know that they came out with a uniform not too long ago. I think for this season they changed it up a little bit. Kind of looks like their 90s uniforms. But, when you get to a team like the Guardians, who just changed their name for this year,
yeah,
that's going to be real interesting because, they can't exactly go back to being called the Indians. And I actually saw an article about that the other day, that they're having a huge problem getting people to come to their games. Because a lot of people are pissed off with the name change.
And I can't say that I blame them. I don't think that they should have had to change their names to appease people.
Well, that's the culture, though. That's why I'm kind of surprised that the Chiefs have been able to remain the Kansas City Chiefs.
Let's not bring that up, though, because that's a whole nother issue.
But that should be interesting. And it looks like we just got a notification here that, keeping it in the sports world, that the new Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson's disciplinary case is expected Monday. So we'll see.
Crime and sports.
Crime and sports. Well, he's been accused of sexual assault and inappropriate conduct during massage sessions and civil lawsuits filed by 25 women.
Well.
So.
Maybe you should behave.
Well, And it's not like it's like, oh, he did it to one female. I mean, like, this is 25 different women.
Which, in the psychology world, sets up a pattern.
So he's probably going to be looking at some time, which might really piss off the Browns because they just paid him a crap ton of money, and they lost Baker Mayfield. So that could be interesting.
Well, they should have thought about that before.
And something else that happened today in the sports world: Boston Celtics legend Bill Russell died at 88. He lived a pretty good life. You're one of the all-time NBA greats. So it's kind of getting to that point where we're starting to see a lot of those guys. Unfortunately, die. He was an 11-time champ.
Yeah.
I mean, MJ might be the greatest of all time, but Bill Russell, 11 time. I mean, it's hard to argue there. And again, if you hear any snoring, Rocky has decided he wants to go full on snore.
Oh, I was thinking the tail hitting the couch.
Well, you know.
He just wants everyone to know he's here.
Yeah. And then we're about 4 weeks away from FitBow of the college sports
Exactly
variety.
1 month. August 31st. Today is July 31st.
September 1st. So we're like a month and a day.
I don't like that answer. I like mine better.
Still gonna be weird to be playing on a Thursday night, but
I'm not working that day, so it doesn't matter.
that's my plan too. You know, take a little time off before craziness hits the workplace.
Go to a football game. Go to Florida.
Yeah, go see some family in Florida. That's where we might do our first or second short. Cause we're probably gonna do one at the football game. Cause,
Maybe.
you know, it's the first football game, new turf.
Why not?
New season, which you know, all the sports nuts, sports world's getting ready to go insane because we're gonna have pro football, college football, baseball, and then come October, hockey.
Yep. And when does basketball start?
About the same time. That's why fall is the greatest time. Minus not even the non-100-degree weather, which can we talk about that for a minute? It's been nice the last 3-4 days. We've had rain and the grass is turning green again.
And we've not been sweltering in triple-digit numbers.
Well, too bad. You know, it's gonna fade away in the next few days. The nice heat comes back.
I need the winter. I need my
fall.
sweaters.
I need the fall. Fall weather, you know, it's sports time.
I need my sweaters.
Well, you know. Plus, I mean, we're going to be busy.
Yes, very busy.
Because, you know, if you happen to have played your cards right, you get to move in.
Eventually.
Craziness up in this place, people.
Yeah.
Pure craziness. So, yeah, be on the lookout for the episode with Gene. We expect that to happen probably within the next 2-3 weeks. We just got to kind of iron out his schedule with our schedule, and we'll get that to happen. We need to plan the next one. Whether that be just a... we haven't really done kind of an in-between one really yet.
No, we haven't. We'll see what we come up with, though.
We'll see what we come up with. The week is young.
I mean, you did taunt me a little bit with the Lizzie Borden mystery.
Yes, there was an update with that, so we could talk on that. We'll have to see.
Dangling unsolved crimes in front of me.
Well, I mean, we could easily talk about a lot of those that are unsolved and give our takes on those.
Yeah.
But then we've also started watching the On Patrol, and we have some great one-liners.
Oh yes, because criminals are dumb,
So
and they say the greatest things.
So maybe we'll just have a episode about
our favorite one-liners.
Our favorite one-liners, the dumb stuff we've seen on
yes.
Patrol. Because there's been about 4 episodes. Granted, we need to watch about 3 of them.
Yeah, we have to watch 3 of them.
Because we fell behind. Cause
I'm a slacker. And to be fair, they're 3 hours long.
Well, you know, 3 hours of stupidity.
This is true.
Criminal stupidity.
Yep.
Yeah, it can make for a good show. So we got that. We got you into CSI Miami.
Yeah, we're on episode 5 of that, I believe.
Yep. So there's some stuff we can figure out. I mean, I'm sure a lot of things will happen in the sports world. Oh, your Royals traded away their all-star player. I mean,
of course they did, because they make decisions that are bad for them.
Well, you know, in all fairness, they did go after the Yankees and made a deal with the Yankees and got some prospects. So I guess building for the future, For what?
Yeah, they're
what,
always building for the future.
The
until
20-year
they get
rebuild?
good, and then they're like, oh, we'll see you later. We'll keep rebuilding.
The 20-year rebuild?
25.
Oh.
Every 25 years, they feel a need to make an
Yeah, I guess as long as one team in the city's doing all right, they figure the Chiefs are the hot commodity. So, but we will definitely figure out something to talk about.
Listen, I may have to do a book review and update you on everything I've done, because now that I don't have homework, that is what I do in my free time by myself.
Too bad we can't talk about. Well, I guess we could talk about your horrid student issues.
Oh yeah, we can.
Since we're not really violating any rules there.
No. Things not to do when you take online classes. Or things you should do. Like, I don't know, doing the whole class and not telling the professor you're only going to do half the class because you don't believe in the other half.
There's stuff
Let
like
me
that.
rephrase. They're never going to need the other half.
I guess we could possibly talk about your dissertation.
That's a good topic, and it's got good information for anybody, not just my previous employment.
We could definitely talk about that. Your fellow coworkers, former coworkers, might get a kick out of that.
Might. I bet we could get one or two to participate in that discussion.
Yeah. Look at us coming up with show ideas, people. That's what we do.
Because this is and everything in between.
Well,
I mean, for all you know, you might get a therapy session one day, and you don't even know it. Because that's our world.
Listen. I'm betting money that our first date, you are sitting there psychoanalyzing me. So.
Listen, it's possible, but it wasn't on purpose. It just happened.
Right. It just happened.
It's second nature to me. It was literally my job to ask all those questions.
Let's be honest. You were probably psychoanalyzing me when we were texting before we met up.
Well, yeah, I had to know if you were crazy. Sure.
Right. Right. I guess something went right, because
I mean, it's almost 2 years later and I'm here.
Well, made it, and you played your cards right, because you made it to a dinner and
I did.
And getting to hang out more. So
I did.
Obviously did something right. You didn't run me off at first.
Well, that's good.
Yet.
For those who can't see, I'm rolling my eyes at him.
Well, with my last name, I kind of have to play that card.
Yeah.
Just have to. And maybe that's another episode we can talk about is, and it's something that we can definitely bridge into multiple episodes, is talking about relationships, healthy relationships.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows, my past relationships, there's plenty of drama.
Listen, and I've told you there are places we just won't go around here because of mine, so.
Well,
It is what it is.
At least I didn't propose to you on the first date.
Listen. That guy finally got the hint, though.
Well,
After I had to tell him you and I were a thing. Because he was not getting it.
Well, some people just don't know the word no.
Clearly.
So, and then talking about, because this is a conversation we've already had about, if she plays her cards right, and we move on to the next step in our relationship of getting engaged and getting married, whatever, that there definitely is going to be a prenuptial agreement.
Yeah.
But quite honestly, I'll just say this without getting too much into it. It's probably a good idea no matter what, honestly, with the way things are today. But
But that's a whole nother episode.
That's a whole nother episode. We have a dog that I think he's itching for
attention, and who knows what mine is doing. He's hanging out downstairs, hopefully.
Plus, I guess we should also say, you know, I feel like our listener base is getting steady incline.
It is.
And once we have Gene on, I'm sure that's going to massively blow up.
Rocky, you can't have coffee.
Yeah.
But that's a good try.
He wants to.
He's trying to drink my coffee.
Because with
He
Gene's
can't have my water either.
Gene's following, I'm pretty sure that our base will grow a little more. So,
Which is totally fine.
which is totally fine. So, throw out ideas to us.
If there's a topic you want to put on, anything from, it doesn't have to be crime and sports, it can be your mental health, it can be writing, it can be whatever.
Science.
Oh yeah, he's a science nerd.
Yeah, it'd be good for everybody.
Yes.
Learn a little bit of science. Because, you know.
Throw your ideas out there in the comments.
Yep, we'll take any of them.
Yep, or on our Facebook page, that's fine too.
Or message us directly.
Yep.
It's not exactly a secret to be able to get a hold of us. Really.
Nope.
So, we're open to ideas. We are here for the people. We are people pleasers. Kinda. Okay.
Well.
To a point. We want to keep our audience kind of invested. I'm pretty sure they're going to get super invested when we start doing the video, because then they're like, oh man, look at those ugly mugs.
How dare you call your girlfriend ugly?
I didn't exactly say that I was referring to you. It could have been me and Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
Rocky's
you know,
not ugly.
you're not ugly, boy. You just got a sad face all the time. You look like you're upset. It's just his old age. You know, because he's so old.
Well, he's like 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm. He's about the same age as you. So, you know, in human years.
No, he's older than you. I'm the baby of the house.
Oh. She thinks that's going to give her some brownie points or something.
Listen, it means I get to make fun of you because you're the old man.
See, but here's the problem. I get to make fun of you because you're the younger generation. Even though we're in the same generation.
No, we're not.
No, close enough.
Unfortunately, you're dating a millennial. According to my research.
Well,
How does that make
you're
you
not
feel?
a typical millennial.
Aw, so sweet.
But I feel like that's even like a bad rap. And then if you like, you know, the stigma's there for a reason, obviously, but
Yeah.
I don't really feel like it applies to 80s millennials.
Listen, I supervised millennials from 80s and 90s, and there's a difference. There's a difference.
I think the 90s millennial is the millennial, and I think the 80s millennial is not really a millennial.
We're the beginning of the millennials, and we just had it together. And then the baby millennials came along, and they don't have it together.
Well, thank God my generation was not the one that birthed those. So,
Well,
we're not exactly doing anything to help it, but yeah,
no.
it's okay. The world's changed and whatever, so. But I think that's probably a good point, because we're just rambling at this point.
Yeah, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Because we're everything in between.
This is our relationship in a nutshell, too. We kind of talk about things, ramble, and
That's because you change topics all the time.
hey, that's how we keep it fresh up in this business.
It's true. Sometimes I have to say, oh, you changed topics. Okay, I'm following now. And it's fine.
It's okay. It's a little glimpse into
To us
us.
and how we operate.
Maybe eventually we'll have a just us weird episode.
That'd be a good one for a live.
That might scare some people.
No. I got weird friends. It's fine.
Yeah, I got weird friends too. So
I know. I've met some. I'm just kidding.
nah. I think she's talking about Eugene. Just
No.
huh?
I mean, We all have our weirdness.
It's okay. I'll just tell G behind the scenes you were talking about him.
Oh, okay.
Let him run with that.
Okay. Deal.
You know, then that way he has some ammunition to come into the
okay.
podcast for you.
Thanks for prepping for me.
You know, I do what I can.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got today.
So, like always, we'll end it. Hey, mental health. You have problems, you have an issue, you need to talk to somebody.
Pound 988.
And, hey, people, keep playing those cards right. And we'll see you next time.